And here we go, title match number 2 at Victory Road. World Tag Team belts at stake. Tag Team Championship matchup to be previewed by the taglines, which are coming up right now. It was back in the month of December. 8 teams competed in that random draw tournament to determine #1 contenders. Samoa Joe and Magnus not only prevailed in the tournament, but they won the titles last month and against all odds. Former champions came up just short in their first opportunity to regain the titles. Tonight, Matt Morgan and Crimson get a second chance to get back the gold. Blueprint, undefeated one. Are they back on the same page since losing the titles? We've seen, well, some finger pointing. We've seen some blame placed for the losses. Tonight, challengers have one more chance. Let's find out if they've cleared up their issues in an effort to win back the World Tag Team Championship.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, the team of Crimson and the Blueprint, Matt Morgan.
I love the way that the Blueprint Matt Morgan put it this past Thursday on Impact Wrestling. He says, is it a case where it's more important to have the better tag team or the better chemistry?
I don't know. I would go with the chemistry thing personally. I just think you need to be that cohesive unit. And when these two men were, and I think they're back on page, they were champions. Could be, it's a big threat towards our tag champs right now.
And their opponents, the World Tag Team Champions, Magnus, and the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
No, there's not much in common between these two guys right here. These two different type of athletes, two different type of wrestlers. They're different people.
Different backgrounds.
Different parts of the world. I mean, but they have that common bond of remaining champion, of being successful, of being the top of the heap. And, I gotta say, I hate to toot my own horn, but toot. I told you back in the day, these guys would be good together.
Gotta admit it.
Come on, you gotta admit it.
Yeah, you were the one dissenting vote.
Gotta admit it.
Everybody else was talking about team chemistry for these two. Not possible because of what you just laid out, because of all the differences, because of what on paper looked like a team that has two great wrestlers, but probably not great teamwork. But it's been anything but. Right from the start of that wild card tag team tournament that kicked off late last year, all the way through their tag team title win, Samoa Joe, Magnus, they just keep proving the doubters wrong.
Getting better and better and better and better. They're on top of the mountain, the tag champions, and they're getting more cohesive. They're doing different type of double team maneuvers, and they're hitting them on point. But they have to deal with a team that, from a physical standpoint, is bigger than the champions, meaning Crimson and Matt Morgan. And they also they gel very well, the challengers.
Longer time together as a tag team when it comes to the challengers, Matt Morgan and Crimson. Morgan asked Crimson point blank, are you here to win?
Well,
whoa.
Tagged himself in, did Crimson.
Says, I've got it. I've got things under control here.
Well, sometimes you got to take a back seat to your partner. There's nothing wrong with that. Morgan's the competitor, though. Matt Morgan, he wanted to go first, and whoop, there you go. Magnus taking advantage of the miscommunication between the challengers.
Shoulder block off the ropes by the undefeated one. Crimson is, well, I think you talked about the potential for this earlier. Trending now on Twitter, A-Double himself.
Austin
Aries,
yeah, nice. Look at this Crimson. Now he's just really putting it on. One half of the tag team champions, Magnus. Devastating blows right there by the undefeated one.
Series of strikes in the corner. 14+ months. Crimson has been unbeaten, neither pinned nor submitted in any of his matches, singles or tag teams, as Magnus unleashes the force behind that clothesline.
This is smart right here. If Magnus is going to do what I think he's going to do, yep, tag Joe and then cut that ring in half if you can. And keep Crimson in that corner. Look at Joe here.
Talk about strikes, left, rights, boots, throwing everything at Crimson and then backs down referee Earl Hebner with the intimidation tactics.
I like Joe's new mohawk. Very handsome. He looks very handsome, Joe. Samoa Joe's mohawk is trending real well.
Power behind the knee drop as the 300-pounder goes airborne, and it's what you talked about earlier, right from the time that they put in the tag. It's Tag Team Wrestling 101. From the time that Tag Team Wrestling was invented, cut off that ring, limit your opponent making the tag to his partner.
Well, there was a good opportunity. There was an opportunity right there. Crimson hung on to those ropes. I think he could have just went over and tagged Matt Morgan.
Yeah, but he just again told Morgan, I've got it. I've got things under control.
Well, Morgan's telling him tag, and for those who don't know the rules, can't tag unless you're in the ring. Ooh.
Crimson able to snap the neck of Magnus and then focus right on the upper head, the upper body with the running clothesline.
See, Morgan is pleading, begging Crimson, tag me, tag me. And I just like